What's up, my beautiful Rosebuddy Maine-iac here with our first simulation of the NBA season. Now, this is nothing special, just a flat-out simulation to see who NBA 2K predicts to be the NBA champion. This would have been out previously on Monday, but due to a severe thunderstorm Monday night, I wasn't able to upload this due to constant Wi-Fi drops and stuff like that. So I'm just doing it now. It's currently 3 a.m. in the morning, 12 p.m., 12 a.m. if you're in California or whatever. So I'm gonna still count this as a Monday upload. Currently, we're controlling the Hawks, but everything's set to auto. So we're gonna go all the way. No, we're gonna go. Our first step is the trade deadline. We're gonna sim through the trade deadline, see if any superstars we know and love get automatically moved. Now, I might be giving a little bit of commentary because where the simulation is a little slow, so let that be. Now, my thoughts currently on the NBA season is it's very wide open. I think that's what a lot of people think, so it's not a very unique perspective. It's definitely not anything different than what anybody else has thought, which makes sense. I mean, it's as wide open as the NBA has been in a long time. You got in the East, you have the Raptors who take a big hit with the Kawhi Leonard trade, or Kawhi Leonard leaving, so they're no longer really the favorites in the East, I wouldn't say. You got Philadelphia, who acquired Al Horford from free agency, who looked to be much improved. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Al Horford, that whole lineup looks extremely dangerous. You have, of course, Milwaukee with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez coming back. One of the best 4-5 combos in the league. You have the Pistons, who look to be a little bit better behind Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond through the draft. You have Atlanta, who with Trae Young in his second year looks to be even better. You have in the West Dallas with maybe Kristaps being healthy. Brooklyn with Kyrie Irving. It's a very interesting league this year. I don't know exactly how the playoffs and how the standings are gonna really play out, but if I had to predict a top four for the West, it would probably be Houston, number one, because James Harden, he gets it done in the regular season. It'd probably have to be Portland, number two, and LA Clippers, number three, with the LA Lakers, number four. If I had to round it out, I would probably have to say Denver, number five. I should have probably put Denver higher than one of the LA teams, but I think you can have a very good record, very good record, and still be number five. Like 50 wins probably would still get you fifth seed at least. And for the sixth seed, if I had to shoot in the dark, I would say Dallas behind Kristaps and Luka. Number seven, that one's a little bit tougher. I don't think Oklahoma City's really competing this year. I don't think Phoenix will be competing necessarily for the playoff spot this year as well. So that only leaves a few teams, and I'd probably have to go. Well, I'm thinking New Orleans for the 8th seed. So for the 7th seed, that only leaves a few teams. And for that, I would probably have to go the Jazz, the Utah Jazz in the 7th seed. And then like I said, the Pelicans in the 8th seed. That would place Zion versus Harden in the first round, which would be incredible. That'd be Denver versus LeBron in the first round, which would be incredible. That'd be Portland versus Utah, which would be awesome, seeing Hassan Whiteside versus Rudy Gobert. And that would leave the Clippers versus Dallas, Kristaps versus Paul George, Kawhi versus Luka. That would be a fun matchup as well. In the East, probably number one, I'd have to go Philadelphia 76ers for now, because I love Al Horford. He has such a much better impact than anybody really gives him credit for. So I'd have to put Philly number one. Yeah, sure, let's view the All-Star simulations. Is Giannis and LeBron again? Come on. Let's auto draft. Yeah. Okay, so we got LeBron, Durant, Curry. Durant's hurt! I fucking turned on previous injuries, NBA 2K. The fuck is wrong with you? God damn, I did. I fucking turned on previous injuries, and for some reason it loves to put Kevin Durant in the fucking game completely healthy. Anyways, it's fun seeing LaMarcus Aldridge, Zach LaVine getting some All-Star love. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Fuck them though, because they didn't fucking listen to me. Yeah, trade deadline right here. Anyway, in the East, like I said, 76ers first, probably Milwaukee number 2. Number 3, it gets a little bit tougher. If KD was healthy, I might put Brooklyn, but they're not. So I'm gonna have to go Boston number 3, and then I've struggled to want to put Indiana at 4. I really, really do. Let's see, where do we? Transaction report. Okay, this is the trade deadline. All teams, all transactions, trade. We had George Hill and Sterling Brown traded from the Bucks to the Pelicans for E'Twaun Moore and Frank Jackson. Ish Smith and Jamario Jones were traded to the Heat for Myers Leonard and Udonis Haslem, so the Wizards are making some moves. The Wizards are a team that could really contend with a healthy John Wall. Trevor Ariza, Justin James for Biyombo and Dwayne Bacon. Dorian Finney-Smith for Tyson Chandler. Mavericks getting Tyson Chandler. That's pretty cool. Patrick Mills from the Spurs, and the Pacers trade McDermott and Nazmi Trulong. Thunder trade Steven Adams and Eric Moreland for Andre Iguodala and Jay Crowder. I like that trade. That one's interesting. You got Mavs trade Seth Curry for Evan Turner and Brennan Godwin. Ricky Rubio and Jalen Leck for Kent Bazemore and Scala Bissiere. Norman Powell, Chris Boucher for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and Thomas Walsh. Nothing out of the realm of possibility. Ersan Ilyasova and Cal Korver for Zach Collins and Nasir Little. That's very interesting because I think Ilyasova and Korver would make Trailblazers even more dangerous. And Trailblazers also traded Gary Trent Jr. for Tim Frazier. They're very active. Ed Davis for Bjelica. I don't think the Kings would trade him. Bjelica's a pretty good player. Damian Jones for Admiral Schofield. Alex Caruso from the Lakers for Kem Birch, a center. So, nothing dramatic. So, I guess let's get to the end of the season, see how things play out. The Hawks are currently 25-27, which is honestly how I probably saw their schedule going. Anyway, number 4 in the East, before I get off track, because that's usually what I do, I get off track. Number 4 in the East for me, besides those top 3, I'm gonna go with I'm trying to think back to the playoffs last year. I'm gonna go with Brooklyn number 4. I'm gonna go with Brooklyn in the 4 spot. I like LeVert. I like Allen. I don't like Kyrie, but I like his talent, so I'll specify that. So I think Brooklyn number 4 is suitable. Number 5, although with all the moves, I'll put Indiana still at number 5. Just because I don't think the depth in the East is really that threatening. At number 6, without Whiteside, I wouldn't put the Heat right there. Instead, I'm going to put the Pistons. I think they will be better. At number 7, I'd have to put... so many teams near the bottom of the East that could seriously contend, which makes it even harder. You got the Knicks, Orlando. I'm gonna put Orlando at number 7. I like Vucevic. I do, and I like the guard play for Orlando. I think they could get the 7 seed. And then I'll do a surprise and I'll put the New York Knicks at number 8. Just because I think they'll sneak in. They have a lot of solid players, and sometimes a lot of solid players will get you an 8 seed. So that would put 76ers against New York in round 1, which would be very interesting. You have Milwaukee versus Orlando round 2, or round 1 as well, which Giannis versus Orlando would be interesting, but it would not be close. And then you'd have Boston. You'd have Indy at Brooklyn for the round 1 as well. But then you'd have Boston at Detroit. Or Detroit at Boston, which would be interesting. You got LeBron James winning MVP, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, can I override the player? If you look at points per game, LeBron James is not top 5. If you look at rebounds per game, LeBron James is not top 5. Assists per game, he's not top 5. Oh, John Morant broke his right arm. Holy shit. Steals per game, he's not top 5. Blocks per game, not top 5. Turnovers per game, that's not a good stat. Field goal percentage, Steven Adams broke his hand. He's not top 5. 3-point percentage, still not top 5. LeBron is not top 5 in any stat. Maybe I'll override the MVP. They say LeBron James is MVP. I, on the other hand, do not. Look at the statistics here. There is only one option for MVP, and it might sound silly, but if you can average 2 steals a game, 2 blocks a game, nearly 6 assists a game, 12.5 rebounds a game, and nearly goddamn 30 points a game, I'm putting Giannis Antetokounmpo as MVP. It just makes sense. Anyway, they did say LeBron was MVP, but I put Giannis, because with a season like that, Giannis to me would win MVP. Then you see the stats for John Morant: nearly 20 points a game, 8 assists, 4.5 rebounds, 1.5 steals, shooting 44%, 80% from the free throw line, and 30% from the 3. That's not bad. But if you look at the other rookies, you got Zion Williamson, who shot 54%, didn't shoot that well from the 3, and didn't shoot that well from the free throw line, but 8 rebounds and 2 assists a game. That's not too different. Points don't really outweigh him too bad. So this one, I think they pretty much nailed. If the stats play out, John Morant being a little bit higher. Nice surprise, Hachimura up there, 10 points per game, nearly 5 rebounds, and pretty solid all over. You got Michael Porter, who due to injury wasn't technically a rookie last year. Kobe White, another nice surprise, 10 points per game. Interesting to put Vincent Poirier here for the Celtics, but not anybody really else. Yeah, you got no one else here who really qualified. So there's that. Oh no, I accidentally backed out. Okay, NBA first team, we have Harden, Curry, LeBron, Giannis, and Nikola. Very respectable list. Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, who's fucking injured for the year. NBA2K, ya cunts. Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, very respectable as well. Third team, you got Paul, Simmons, Kristaps, Luka, and Karl Anthony Towns, very respectable. Defense, that's a pretty damn good list too. This team is a championship team. Oladipo, Smart, Kawhi, Giannis, Rudy. That defense is just fucking absolutely incredible. We got Paul Westbrook on second team defense with Draymond, George, and Davis. All rookie team would have to be John Morant, Zion, Culver, Hunter, and Kobe, followed by Garland, Hachimura, Porter, Cam Reddish, and Thibault for the 76ers. And that's it for the all teams. I want to see if I can go back and go to the awards, because I kinda didn't. Damn it. How do I go back? How do I go back? Damn it. I was hoping to see Coach of the Year, but I can't. Don't. League history. Right here. I put Giannis as MVP, obviously. Rookie of the Year was John Morant. Sixth man was D'Angelo Russell, which is really nice. Although I think with Klay Thompson injured, he would actually be in the starting lineup more. So, Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard. He hasn't won since 2016, 15-16, so that's nice. Rozier, Most Improved. That's very interesting as well. Okay, so we have LA Lakers versus the Phoenix Suns. Portland versus Golden State. I just realized I didn't put Golden State in the playoffs. Oh, hold up. Go back to my prediction for the playoffs. Take out freaking... Oh, who did I put in there? I put in both LAs. I put in Denver. I put in Houston. I put in Portland. Obviously, those should all contend. I put in Dallas. I put in... Just take one of the bottom three teams, put Golden State back in there. I think they'll be in there. Then you get the Clippers at number 3, which I said Clippers at 3. I did. I think I said Clippers at 3. I think I went Houston, Portland, and Clippers, so at least 2K agrees with me in one aspect. And I think I said the Jazz around 6, which is nice. You got Philly at number 1, just like I said. You got Detroit at number 3, not like I said. Brooklyn at number 2, because they have Kevin Durant in here. But let's just ignore that and get to the first round. Let's see who wins. I'm looking at the Boston-Milwaukee sweep right there. Yeah, I saw that shit live. Holy fuck. You got Phoenix getting demolished. Portland getting demolished. Utah getting demolished. Denver getting demolished. Only one series went to more than 5 games. Toronto losing to Detroit. So if this was the Final Four in the NBA playoffs next season, I would have to be very mystified. Boston sweeping Milwaukee, not gonna happen. Sorry, Boston, I love you, but you're not sweeping Giannis. Philly, Boston, I would love to see in the playoffs. Brooklyn, Detroit, I would love to see in the playoffs as well, just because they're two teams that have historically not been successful lately. So with one of them guaranteed a trip to the conference finals, that would be awesome. You have Houston at the LA Clippers, James Harden versus Kawhi Leonard, Paul George versus Russell Westbrook. Very interesting matchup indeed. The Lakers versus Golden State, Steph Curry versus LeBron. You can't really go there. The 4 winners here would probably have to be Philly, Brooklyn, Los Angeles, and I would have to go Los Angeles again, if I had to guess. Because I think the Clippers would have a better defense, but NBA is going against me here. They disagreed with me in the West. They said, you said both LA teams, but guess what? No LA teams. So I can't escape the fact that NBA2K likes to put Golden State in the finals, no matter what. You have Philly versus Brooklyn, Kyrie versus Ben Simmons again. You have Houston versus Golden State again, with Houston most likely making it to the finals and Philly most likely making it. Do not fucking put Golden State in the goddamn finals again, 2K. Okay, thank you. Last year, all the simulations I did, I think Golden State was in the finals 90% of the time at least. It was fucking ridiculous. Here are the 76ers at the Rockets. Very interesting concept here. Neither of these teams have won a playoffs championship in a long time. Ah, did you see that? Did you see that? Philly was up 3-1, and the Rockets came from behind and won with James Harden scoring 27 points a game and assists a game. So, I guess 2K says the Rockets are going to win the championship this year. Fuck, bad chemistry. You know what I mean? Fuck bad chemistry. That was an epic fail from the Sixers. They were up 3-1 and lost to the goddamn Rockets. And again, that's what the Sixers have struggled with at least the last few years, putting away teams and being consistent. But this year should change. If I had to pick an NBA champion this year, as much as it pains me being a Celtics fan, looking at the most complete roster, granted they struggle with health, I would probably have to go with 76ers in the 76ers or the Bucks in the finals. One of those two teams. And then, although I would love to see the Celtics in Kemba, just because I want Kemba to be successful. He deserves it after a long career in Charlotte with them doing nothing. And then in the West, I would have to go probably Clippers and Portland. I think Portland is a serious championship contender this year. And if I had to pick an NBA champion, I would have to go Portland. Just because if there was any year for Portland to win the championship, it would have to be this year. This is their most talented team, most open championship shot, and I guess that's just my Hawks. Currently, my NBA champion pick is the Portland Trailblazers. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.